Kindly control yourself.
Hey guys, welcome to SS7 This is my business. I have to be kind of quiet because my parents' room is like over there and they're trying to sleep off. And it's like 10 right now. So, but by the time this video's up, it's gonna be tomorrow and I have to upload it. Sorry, this laptop's bouncing on my legs. So to give you a little insight on this video, these are all my questions except the last one. My mom was like, hey, I have a question for you. So I was going to originally put in the answers, but you know, now it's too late and I figured nobody really wants to hear my answers. So and this project took a long time because it kept getting delayed. Like my teacher would forget and then stuff would come up. And so yeah, and the other part was trying to get people because, like, I don't think I mentioned, maybe I did mention in the vlog, in my little update vlog that I did last, that I was trying to get people, but it was a really hard process because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, and then they never did. So I was lucky to get the 3 people that I got. Jasmine, the only like church related thing in his, I tried not to make it too church related, but enough to where it, you know, serves the point of the lesson, is that Jasmine's a member and it's filmed in the church. And so these are my real friends. They're my real friends. They're 100% authentic. They're not being paid to this. Seth and Raychul are my internet friends, and Jasmine is my IRL friend that I actually gotten to know better over the internet. So I was originally trying to get my cousin, but exams, she's in college, whatever. So I kind of messed up because Jasmine forgot to answer 2 questions, and so that's why it's just Seth and Raychul as the last 2. And I also cut off 2 questions for Seth because I thought the girls' answer would be long enough. So that's why you only see girls and like the 2 neighboring things in the middle, and like just Seth and Raychul at the end. It's not because I cut anybody out. These are all their answers. They're not the uncut answers. I mean, for Raychul, I had to go through and cut Seth's and Jasmine's up, but that's what I like to do on my other. So anyway, yeah, that should be enough intro. That's why I have a farmer's stand from ride a lawnmower. That's what happens when you forget how hot the sun is and you spend way too long riding a lawnmower because it's fun. Anyway, yes, get to the video.
I don't think really any of us would be anywhere without our friends. I think a lot of people just think a good friend is someone who must be around the same age and is the same sex as you, but I don't think that's the case. I think friends can be your parents, friends can be relatives, friends can even be your pets. I mean, as silly as I know it might sound, but pets are great friends. They're there for you when you need them. They're happy for you when you're excited. They're there to clean up your tears, and they're someone to talk to. Your pets are never going to judge you, and yeah, they might not be able to tell you things that you should hear because they don't speak English, but at least you have something there for you that can feel your emotions and empathize with your emotions, and who's just always there for you when you need a furry snuggle.
I would be lonely and sad because my friends are everything.
Where would I be without friends? I don't know. Different friends have helped me get to different places in my life. I don't mean just literally. Sometimes you need a friend to give you a ride somewhere. You know, I think I'd be pretty depressed if I didn't have friends, if I didn't have somebody to talk to, if I didn't have someone to just share my funny ideas with, or someone who was there to remind me that when life starts to really, really suck, that it's okay and it'll just pass, and that things will get better. I have other friends that, you know I can call up at any different time and will help me not hit low points, if that makes sense. You know, when you feel yourself dropping, you're just before you hit that just explosion point, you know, friends are there to catch you, hopefully. I don't know, without those people, who knows what I would be today. I could be dead. Or worse. I don't know what's worse. But my friends have really helped bring me up. And then on the converse, and I'm sorry if I'm talking too long about this because that's a really great question. But on the converse, some of my friends have caused some of the worst problems in my life. Sometimes friends can be a blessing, sometimes they can be a curse. And I know I've made a lot of bad decisions because of influences from friends. I've gone down really bad, pathways and made a lot of mistakes because of really good friends. So I don't know. I'd probably still just be me, but I'd be very lonely, and I'd have no one to play video games with.
Romantic relationships are like more touchy-touchy than like regular friendships. Sarah, stop laughing.
Touchy.
And regular friendships are just kind of like friendly, when like romantic relationships get all gross and
There's a huge difference between a friendship and a romantic relationship. I totally disagree with people who say that boys cannot be friends with girls and girls cannot be friends with guys. That's so not true. The main difference between a friendship and a romantic relationship to me is friends are people you want in your future. Romantic relationship are people you want to build that future with.
yes, internet friends are real, because without them, I would have like 3 friends, because I hate everyone else.
I absolutely consider internet friends real friends. Absolutely. Just because you might not be able to talk to them in the flesh or be able to reach out and actually physically touch them, that doesn't make them any less of a friend. I mean, I was just saying before that I thought pets were friends too. But people over the internet are people too. They have the same needs, desires, and wants in a connection with another human being as everybody else. We're all looking for someone that we can talk to and who understands us, someone who's honest, and someone who we can trust. And just because we can only see that person, through a Skype video or just talk to them over the internet doesn't make them any less of a friend.
Of course I do. Of course I do. That goes without saying. Well, I mean, there's different kinds of internet friends, but I'll just, you can meet in a chat room or, be careful about that. But you can, I'll just speak for the YouTube situation and social media. The people who follow me on social media and the people who watch my YouTube videos, these people watch my videos because they care about me. They care about what I have to say. They care about me making them laugh. They want to know what I've done this week. They want to sit and pretend that they're playing video games with me. So they watch me play. And people subscribe to you on YouTube for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. I think they'll watch your videos for any reason, but they only subscribe to you for 2 reasons, and that's because, 1, if your content's so incredible that they want to see what you'll do next, which is really hard to do, right? Especially now with so much content on the web, it's really hard to impress people. So I think that's the more rare version. The other reason, which is the more common version, is that they want to be your friend. They see something in you that they really like, or they think, oh, I'd hang out with that guy. I'm really interested in that person for any number of reasons. And that's not just something to shrug off. That's not just something to take lightly. When people care about you, which is really hard to do in this life, when there's so many distractions, it seems, if someone really gives you their time and really puts effort into thinking about you and caring about you, that's meaningful. And the people who do that, especially the people who interact with me online and send me tweets and messages and stuff on Facebook or comment on my videos and share my videos, that's incredible. Of course those people are friends, and that's why I call them my close friends, because even though that's kind of silly to say because we don't ever see each other, or at least most of the time, I want people to feel that way when they do meet me. That's why, I never want people to feel like they should be shy about giving me a hug or coming up and talking to me and telling me anything or just messaging me out of the blue, because, the more friends, the better. And if I've affected that person's life in some way, even if it's just in a small way, I'd like that person to come affect my life in a way too. And that's friendship. So absolutely.
I'm gonna say yes, because so far I have had 1 friend that I've still have now since I was 5. So Yes.
I do think lifelong friendship is real, absolutely. I have very few lifelong friends, but lifelong friends are the kind of friends that they graduate from best friends to becoming family. And even though one of my lifelong friends, Spike, I only see him once a year now when I go back to North Carolina for Christmas, but we can go almost a whole year with barely talking and catching up. But when I am back in town for home and I get to see him, it's really like no time has passed. You know, everything's the same. We still understand each other. We can still tell each other anything, and we just pick up right where we left off. I think that's what takes a lifelong friend, is someone who you just connect with on such a complete level that they are basically family to you.
That's a really tough question. There's all different kinds of friendships in the world. You got acquaintances, people that you maybe just see once in a while at a party, you may see on the street, you may know from a friend of a friend of a friend, and you'd call that person your friend just because you recognize them. Then you have people that are your friends, right, which are just your kind of your everyday people that you maybe hang out with every now and then, and you could have dinner with, but you probably aren't going to get into any kind of deep conversation with them. You don't have a long history with them. They're not somebody that you would cry in front of. I cry in front of everyone. Those people are just great to have around because they kind of just fill in the empty void of you need other people in your life. But then you have your friends, which are the people, usually just a couple people, if even not just one person, that has been there for you through everything, through thick and thin. You can cry in front of them. You can tell them your deepest, darkest secrets. You can, you know that you can always count on them no matter what. You know, I think the best kinds of friends are the ones that you know you can go a long period of time without talking to, without seeing, without catching up with them, and then all of a sudden you decide to call each other out of the blue, or you see each other on the street, and it's like not a single day has passed. Or maybe you get into a really, really big fight with somebody, but you know just a couple days will go by and everything will be fine again. Just because they get you, they know you. So there's all different kinds of friends, but the best friends are those kinds of friends.
For me, what defines a friendship is having someone who is always there for me, who understands me. They might not always agree with me, but they understand me, they know where I'm coming from, but they're also honest with me. I think honesty is very important in a friendship. I need someone who can tell me things that I might not always want to hear, but that I need to hear.
I'll be friends with anybody. You know, that's different for everyone. I think what it takes to be a friend is at least some sort of level of care about another person, or at least some sort of deep interest in them. I run into people all the time that I recognize, but I wouldn't necessarily call them a friend. I would just call them that guy I know. To be a friend of mine, I either have to be kind of interested in you for some reason. Maybe you are just a really fun person, or you're really cool. I like something that you do. Maybe I like your job, or I like the clothes you wear. I don't know. Or maybe you have to be really interested in me, and you like that I do YouTube, or you like that I'm funny, or make props and stuff like that, and you know, your interest in me kind of fuels my interest in you. That sounds a little self-centered, but that I think everybody feels that way. Like if someone's really interested in you, then you know that it helps you be interested in them a little bit. I don't know, but to become the top of the friend status, like a real friend, you know, that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of proving yourself. That takes a lot of commitment to somebody. That takes a lot of understanding. And it takes a lot of just really getting to know somebody throughout the years. And I don't just mean like getting to know what they like and getting to know, you know, the kinds of things they do on a daily basis, but I mean really getting to know them, meaning that if they fly off the handle and they get really just crazy mad about something, and take it out on you, you know that it's not you that caused that. It's just they're mad, and everything will be fine. You know, you really have to know somebody like super, super well to just kind of understand that about them. And I think, you know, those are the best kinds of friends, the ones that have earned that kind of understanding with you over the years.
For me, To be a friend is, I need someone who doesn't judge me. I need someone who I can trust. Trust is extremely important in a friendship. It's probably one of the #1 things. A good friend doesn't even have to be into the same things you are. You guys don't have to like the same things, but it's just a mutual respect and understanding for each other. I think what makes a good friend is also someone who is there for you during the good times or the bad. Someone who's there and lifts you up during the bad times, but then also congratulates you and is excited for you during the good times.
You know, unfortunately, as you get older and you get more responsibilities and you have to work, and especially in Los Angeles, in a place where life is really, really busy all the time. You're constantly going from place to place and trying to figure out your place inside of this, you know, really busy lifestyle. It's hard to spend a lot of time with your friends. So I don't know, friendship, you know, what role does it play in my life right now? Kind of a smaller one than I would like. And it's because I just don't have a lot of time. I don't have time to go hang out at somebody's house for long periods of time. I don't have time to meet up with all the people that I would consider friends and go to dinner with them or go see a movie with them. You know, being in a relationship also, which is a form of friendship in a way, you know, I wish I had more time to devote to that. I wish I had enough time in my life that I didn't feel spread thin. And that's what happens is if you try to spend a lot of time with all your friends, you end up just spreading yourself thin, and there's not enough time to have quality interactions with people, ones that are meaningful and fill you up inside, you know. So right now it's a smaller role than I'd like. I'd like to see my friends a lot more. I'd like to be there for them a lot more. I mean, even on the business side, you know, friends do kind of play an impactful role because a lot of my friends are YouTubers and social media people, and I work in a business where I get branding deals and sponsorships for YouTubers. So friends kind of play a role for me there in the business sense, in that I get all my friends' jobs, and then my friends, you know, are a resource for me to be able to sell, you know, a sponsorship deal to a client, because I'm like, hey, I know all these people, and the client goes, well, all right, you're hired. So, you know, it's a multi-tiered thing, but ultimately the best kinds of interactions and the best kinds of roles I'd like to have with friends are ones that are a little bit more meaningful and a little bit more developed, and ones that you can discover a lot more about them and a lot more about yourself. Once in a while I'll have that with people. I wish I had more of those. I need more of those in my life. So right now friendships do not fill a big enough role to me.
It takes a very large role, because that's pretty much all I do is talk to my friends. You can't talk to your parents about, like, boys you think are cute without it getting weird. So, and fictional characters. That too.
For me, friendship is, and I think for everyone, just really, really important, because again, there's just someone there. Friends are very important. Friends get you through hard times. Friends understand, and friends are just great to hug. Yay! Did any of that make sense? I probably said the same thing over and over again, because I'm really good at repeating myself all the time. Or rambling. I probably rambled a lot too. But yeah!